The fastest way to exhaust your brain isn't difficult work, it's unfinished work. Every task you leave half done, every email you mean to answer later, every tab you keep open, just in case, continues occupying part of your brain's attention. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain keeps incomplete tasks active because biologically, unfinished goals remain relevant. So when you have 20 open tabs, your brain isn't just looking at 20 websites. It's quietly trying to remember 20 promises you made to yourself. That's one reason cognitive overload feels so heavy. You're not only processing information, you're carrying unfinished intentions. You read the same sentence 4 times, you know the words, yet somehow they refuse to become meaning. So you switch tabs, check your email, look at your phone, open YouTube for just 1 minute, 5 minutes disappear, then 10. You return to your work and somehow feel even less capable than before. If you've ever experienced this, you've probably blamed yourself. I need more discipline. I need better focus. I need to stop procrastinating. But what if every one of those explanations is wrong? What if your brain isn't refusing to work? It's refusing to break, because hidden deep inside your brain is a biological safety system. A system designed to shut down higher thinking whenever the amount of information entering your brain exceeds what it can safely process. Today, we're uncovering that hidden system. And once you understand it, you'll stop asking, why can't I focus? And start asking, why did my brain decide to stop processing? Those are 2 very different questions. Let's start with something almost everyone believes. Your brain can multitask. It can't, not even a little. It only switches. Your brain unloads one task, reloads another, then tries to reconstruct where it left off. Neuroscientists call this the switch cost, and every switch leaves something behind. Here's something I wish I'd learned years ago. An interruption doesn't end when the interruption ends. Researchers call this attention residue. Imagine someone interrupts you for 30 seconds. You answer them. They walk away. You return to work. It feels like you're back. But part of your attention isn't. It's still replaying the conversation, still thinking about the email, still wondering if someone replied. Tiny fragments of your mind remain attached to previous tasks. Now imagine this happening 50 times every day. You're not losing focus. You're scattering it, like tearing one sheet of paper into hundreds of tiny pieces. Here's where the mystery begins. Deep inside your brain sits a small structure called the thalamus. It decides almost everything you consciously experience. Its job isn't to think. Its job is to filter, to decide what deserves your attention and what should quietly disappear before you ever notice it. Here's something almost nobody realizes. Your brain deletes most of reality, right now. Every second, your senses collect vastly more information than your conscious mind could ever process. Every shadow, every background conversation, every smell, every tiny movement, every reflection. If your brain delivered all of it, you'd become overwhelmed within seconds. So your thalamus quietly edits reality. It removes the noise. It forwards only what matters. The world you experience isn't raw reality. It's the edited version. And most of the time, that editor is extraordinary, until you give it more work than it can handle. Imagine trying to pour water through a funnel. Pour slowly, everything flows smoothly. Pour too fast, the funnel can't keep up. Water begins overflowing. Your thalamus works exactly the same way. Every notification, every tab switch, every message, every headline, every short-form video, every context change. They all demand another filtering decision. Eventually, the incoming information arrives faster than your thalamus can process it. This is what I call signal saturation. And your brain has an emergency response. It closes the gate, not completely, but enough to protect itself. That's the moment you stare at the screen and nothing happens. You know what you want to do. You simply can't think clearly enough to begin. Your brain doesn't treat switching as free. It treats switching as new input. Checking your phone for 5 seconds isn't just 5 seconds. It's another filtering operation. Opening another tab isn't harmless. It's another decision, another evaluation, another signal entering the queue. The thalamus doesn't care whether the information is important. It only counts that it arrived. That's why tiny interruptions become enormous biological costs. So what happens when the gate becomes overloaded? Your brain starts changing priorities. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning, decision-making, problem-solving, and sustained attention, begins losing resources. Meanwhile, older survival systems become more active. Why? Because from your brain's perspective, confusion can resemble danger. When your brain can't predict what's happening, it prepares for survival instead of deep thinking. That's why you don't feel simply distracted. You feel mentally frozen. Your brain weighs only about 2% of your body weight, yet it consumes roughly 20% of your body's energy. Deep thinking is one of the most expensive things your body does, so when your brain detects overwhelming input, it isn't being lazy, it's conserving resources. The spiral. Now something dangerous happens. You can't think clearly. You notice it. Immediately you become frustrated. Your brain interprets frustration as another problem. Stress hormones increase. Those hormones make clear thinking even harder, which creates more frustration, more stress, less thinking. This becomes a biological loop. The harder you try, the worse thinking becomes, which is why just focus harder almost never works. By lunchtime, many people have already made hundreds of tiny decisions. Which email first? Coffee or tea? Reply now or later? Open this file. Answer this notification. Delete this message. Each one costs a tiny amount of mental energy. This is called decision fatigue. The individual choices are small, but together, they quietly drain the same brain systems needed for meaningful work. Sometimes you're exhausted before you've actually started thinking. So how do you reopen the gate? Not by forcing yourself, not by downloading another productivity app. You solve a biological problem with a biological solution. Step 1. Close the input valve. Not just notifications, everything for 60 seconds. No phone, no laptop, no podcast, no scrolling, just stillness. You're giving the thalamus time to clear its backlog. Think of it as allowing airport security to process the passengers already waiting before more buses arrive. Step 2. Return through one door. Open exactly one document, one task, one conversation, nothing else. Your brain was designed to process focused streams of information, not 10 competing ones. The discomfort you'll feel isn't proof you need more stimulation. It's proof your brain has become accustomed to constant switching. Step 3. Interrupt the motor loop. The next time you catch yourself unconsciously reaching for your phone, don't rely on willpower. Press your thumb firmly against your index finger for 3 seconds. It sounds almost too simple, but your brain gives body position signals extremely high priority. That brief proprioceptive signal interrupts the automatic reaching behavior before it completes. Sometimes changing the body is faster than arguing with the mind. Step 4. Protect your first hour. The first 60 minutes after waking influence the rest of your day more than most people realize. If the very first thing your brain receives is rapid-fire notifications, short videos, headlines, and endless novelty, you're teaching your attention that constant switching is normal. Your brain calibrates around that level of stimulation. Protect that first hour. Read, walk, think, write. Give your brain a clean signal before the noise begins. Cognitive overload isn't a personality flaw. It isn't laziness. It isn't a lack of ambition. It's what happens when one of the most remarkable filtering systems in nature receives more information than it evolved to handle. Your brain isn't failing. It's protecting itself. The tragedy is that millions of people experience this every day and blame their character instead of understanding their biology. Tomorrow, someone will sit at their desk, freeze, call themselves lazy, download another productivity app, and promise they'll try harder. They'll never realize the real problem happened long before they opened that document. Their brain quietly reached its processing limit. The gate closed, and they kept blaming the person standing outside it. The moment you understand that, everything changes, because the goal isn't to force your brain to process more. The goal is to give it less to fight through. Your brain was never designed to win a battle against endless input. It was designed to think deeply, when the signal is clear. So the next time your mind feels like it's shutting down, don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "What has my brain been trying to protect me from?" The answer might change the way you work for the rest of your life.